I mean, once you hear that sound, you know what time it is. Of course, Champions League. Yo, going overnights. This will be a quick preview and prediction of the UCL round of 16 second legs and a quick review of what happened in the first legs as well. So with that being said, let's forward into this and get this done. Yo, sports ever family. So nowhere else to start than Atletico Madrid versus UCL holders Liverpool. Not a classic by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it had its moments, but it was a scrappy affair with Atletico doing what Atletico does. So it was a very scrappy goal from a corner. Second ball was scored by Salniguez, my baller by the way. And then it was simply Simeone football, immovable object versus unstoppable force. Liverpool, can you break us down? Which they could not. The stats are right there. You can pause and take a look. But when you look at it, Liverpool actually never had a shot on target. And Simeone's team actually had a few. So I mean, they could have actually gone up 2-0 in this tie, which would have been a monumental ask. But we know Liverpool can come back from deficits. I mean, they came back from 3-0 down against Barcelona to win 4-0. So with that being said, let's quickly take a look at the preview of the second. Alright, so let's do a quick dissection of both teams since then. Liverpool have gone on to barely scrape past West Ham 3-2, which they should have lost. They got hammered by Watford 3-0, losing their unbeaten Prem record in the process, and they were easily beaten in the FA Cup 2-0 by Chelsea. Even though it was a much changed team, you do expect them to give a good account of themselves. Atletico, on the other hand, have won at Villarreal 3-1 and drawn 1-1 with Espanyol. I'm sure both teams have been looking forward to Wednesday, hence some erratic performances. But, however, this is what Atletico thrives on. They know they don't have to chase the game. They're leading 1-0, so they will try to hit on the counter as much as possible. It's up to Liverpool to get around that. I mean, it's Anfield, so they'll have the crowd behind them. But my prediction is a 2-1 win for Liverpool, but Atletico go through. Yo, make we jump to what is arguably the tie of the round, with it being a toss-up with Real and City. That is the yellow and black BVB taking on the Parisians, PSG. It did not disappoint. The Norwegian wonder kid Erling Braut Haaland continued his hot streak as he notched a double to take his title 11-7 for BVB. It was end-to-end action. Twice Killy was thwarted by Berkey. Neymar scored, was thwarted by Berkey, and narrowly missed with a free kick. On the other hand, Navas had to be in great form to thwart Sancho and Haaland on numerous occasions. Whew! Man, all I can say is that this game is perfectly poised to be a classic next week in Paris. Both teams are firing on all cylinders. Killy just scored a hat-trick his last game, and Dortmund may rue not scoring more, having conceded that away goal. My prediction for the return leg, PSG 3, Dortmund 1, PSG to go through. Alright, there we go. So UCL debutants Atalanta, a side I've loved to watch in Serie A, took on two-time runners-up Valencia. Now the 4-1 scoreline doesn't truly reflect this game, as it was not as one-sided as the scoreline suggests. Valencia, had as much as this game as Atalanta, but they just did not take their chances. If you look at the stats, it was pretty even. Valencia actually had more shots, but one less on target, but also had more block shots as well. They even hit the post as Atalanta had scored, and the only glimmer of hope I can see for Valencia though is that they have that one away goal. And we have seen over the last couple of seasons that even 3-goal deficits can be turned around. Even though it's a tall ask, Valencia can still go through. How to do that? So they need to start fast, they need an early goal, and they need to keep it a lot tighter than they did in the first leg. However, Atalanta will also be trying to just get that next goal, because if they do, that puts Valencia under immense pressure. That's 4 clear goals they need to win by. So who do I actually think will win? I think Valencia will win the leg, maybe 3-1, but they will still fall short, and Atalanta will go through, continuing their dream debut and making it to the quarterfinals. Now, on to Spurs versus Leipzig. So my opinion is that the game has passed Mourinho. He's no longer a top level manager / coach, so Mr. Excuso will not stop making them. Leipzig were simply better in every department in this game and will be noticeably disappointed that they didn't win by more. This is one of those games that doesn't tell the true story when you see the stats. It may seem like it was even, but it was not. So I do expect this game to go similar to the first, where Leipzig will dominate. I expect them to score a few more goals this time. And with Steven Bergwijn now confirmed to be out for the rest of the season with an ankle injury, I can't see anything else but a Leipzig win. So for this, I'm going for Leipzig 2, Tottenham 0. Alright, so on to Chelsea versus Bayern Munich. The Bavarians easily won 3-0. Chelsea were given a footballing lesson at Stamford Bridge. 2 quick-fire goals from power Serge Gnabry and one from the assassin Robert Lewandowski has all but put this tie to bed. Bayern dominated every category. Offensively and defensively, if you had a stat, Bayern dominated it. I mean, this game was just a step too far for Frank Lampard's young emerging squad. It wasn't all good though, as Bayern lost Lewandowski for a month, so he won't be able to play the second leg. Another notable absence is Marcos Alonso for Chelsea, as he was red carded in this leg. I'm saying though that Bayern will have more than enough to get through. Serge Gnabry plus Muller is an able deputy for Lewandowski. So, with that being said, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Bayern Munich as they go through. With that said, let's segue into Napoli versus Barca. This match was boring. I mean, it was such a letdown. Barca were unimaginative and lethargic, coming up against a brick wall. Yes, a well-drilled Napoli side with 11 men behind the ball. You actually knew what they were going to do because Gattuso pretty much told us what they were going to do. Neither side really deserved to win. You might say Napoli edged it in the latter stages where they could have gotten a goal, but Barca could have scored as well. But the draw was as much as both teams deserved, if you ask me. So Barca are in a stronger position with their away goal going into next week's game. So I would expect Barca to go through a 2-0 win. Okay, so next up is Lyon versus Juventus. This one threw up a shocker as Lyon won 1-0. It was a pretty good game and a definite game of two halves. Lyon winning the first half and Juve the second. Juve, however, just could not find that goal, even though they mustered 14 shots, but they had none on target. The closest they came to scoring was a Dybala offside goal. But Lyon should take heart from their first half performance, as that has put them in good stead for the second leg, seeing as Juve did not score. So, in order for Lyon to win, they will have to be disciplined, compact, and look to hit Juve on the break. As you know, Juve is going to be at home and they're going to be coming out flying. Juve, on the other hand, needs to pick up the pace and move a bit quicker. I still think Juve will go through. My prediction for this is Juve 2, Lyon 0. Alright, so the final match of the round would be Real versus City. Like I said earlier, arguably the tie of the round. It started a bit slowly but picked up as the game went on. This game did not disappoint at all. It was end to end by the finish. There were moments when Real would be on top and then City would get on top. In one of those moments, Real actually scored but could not get that crucial second goal to kill the game off. And the introduction of Raheem Sterling for City was the game changer. He came on and caused all kinds of havoc. It was his run and pass that opened up the space for De Bruyne to swing in the cross that Jesus scored from for the equalizer. And then he went on to make the second goal as he won the penalty, which De Bruyne converted. You know, if this game is anything like the first, the second leg will be amazing, as this game is finally poised to be a classic. Yeah, so you have to big up Pep Guardiola for his bold selection. De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva as 2 false 9. It worked to perfection. They won 2-1. The second leg, I'm expecting a little bit more of the same, but Real will really have to come at City now, since City has 2 away goals. I expect City to go through though 2-1.